Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today and taking the time out during the holy roller coaster that we're all on right now to be present in this moment and really just drop in and allow yourself some time and energy and really be here in this present to see what unfolds. So the topic today is, what are you channeling presently? I know that all of us are taking some time to really listen to our inner voice, to our higher self, to our sacred self, to source, whatever it is that you want to call this energy that we're all cultivating. And we're truly listening to the collective field right now. Everything is so intense and so intensified, and the duality that we're in and this human condition that we find ourselves in can be quite a roller coaster ride. And I wanted to share with you very quickly before I share the channel that came through this morning with Anistara. I've been reading a book that I've owned for over a decade now. It's called 1111 by Solara. And my sweetheart and I and our community have been hosting an 1111 gathering for the last 10 years. And we've always felt that it's a potent energy to work with because it is a gateway that opens to oneness. So as we open our channel and become more clear and focused on the one energy and the good for all, the highest and best for all, the more clarity we receive. And so one of the things that she explains is called the holy roller coaster. So in the time of moving from duality into oneness, there's first aid measures, and the holy roller coaster is one of them. The sacred pause blues is another. Our prickly peer pressure is another. Attack by dark forces is another. And the starry slug syndrome is another. And each one of those has its own effects on us. And what I'm learning right now in this time is to cultivate my daily practices and truly just listen. So with that said, what I'd like to do is start with the channel that came through this morning. So it'll be a meditation for all of us. And I invite you to just sit back, relax. You can lay down if you choose to. There will be a little bit of guidance as far as body movement for a moment. But just tune in and tap in and drop in, and let's see where it takes us. And then we'll open the call up to the community so that we can share what you are channeling in this moment and what's really coming through, what's a message that's coming through you that you can share with others. And this call is recorded, so you can choose to share or not, and it's totally up to you. So go ahead and close your eyes for a moment and just take several deep breaths. In through the nose and out the mouth. And as you close your eyes, you want to drop into your breath, deep breaths, breathing in positive love, compassion, joy vibrations, while exhaling out stagnant energy that no longer serves fear, hate, separation, dissonance from your vibrational field. You want to release those from your field. And with each inhale, you want to feel your chest and your belly expand. And with each exhale, a contraction. Now imagine your channel clear, a column of light planted directly into the core of our Mothership Gaia, like roots of light tendrils, sending and receiving light implanted into her warm lava center. We may draw light and warmth from her while also giving energy to her. This reciprocal exchange can be cultivated and nurtured in many ways. Take a moment. Think about what ways you increase, amplify, cultivate your connection with our Mothership Gaia. As we all are one. Our actions may nurture her recovery from many, many decades of neglect and disrespect. Feel her pain in this moment. Drop into her sadness. The feeling of being raped and pillaged or left for dead. Think about what we can do to repair our relationship with her. How can we show her that we love her? What actions can we take to truly heal together? And from the depths of our one heart, let us send an apology to her. Take a moment and say it to yourself, whatever words you would like to express to Mothership Gaia in this moment. Feel a lightness around yourself, a lifting of energy, and place your hand on your heart and on her at the same time. And feel the forgiveness. Feel her. Actually listen to her, accept your apology. Now let us forgive ourselves. Feeling deep into our heart, let yourself know that it's okay. You didn't truly understand what you were doing. That the results of your action has come this far. Let it go. Really, really let it go. Don't hold on to that energy anymore. The shame, the blame, the guilt, the sadness. Feel it, go through it, and then surrender and release it. Transmute it into Mothership Earth. Surrender and releasing it, letting it go forever. Taking away deep down into the dirt, burying it. Feeling your light channel begin to open and be more clear and shine brighter from Mama Gaia up through your channel. Imagine our Mother Gaia healed. See her land healthy and strong. See her plants and animals thriving. Drink her crystal clear waters. Fill them, fill your body with her light. Thank her for her constant, regenerative, renewable, sustained abundance. Now, let us make a promise to her. Let us make a vow. Let us set our intentions, visualize her healed, discover what you can do. What is your piece of the puzzle? What can you do to begin right now? What actions can you take to nurse her back to health right now? Imagine what is possible in the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, for 7 generations, and so on. Remove any last remnants of the old paradigm ways of destroying her and cut those cords. Cut them together now, together. Unified together, let them be cut and fall away. Only visualize the healthy, healed, whole, thriving mother we all deserve. We all love and appreciate. Let us visualize a return to her youth, a time when she was all of these things that we are calling forward with this vision. Now hold that vision in your heart, bringing both hands to your heart now. Fill your hands with light. Fill the vision. Feel it infuse into your hands from your heart and send that light energy vision of a healthy Mama Gaia out into the world. Pushing it out into the world with your hands and your voice at once, however you want, 3 times. Sharing it. No. No. However it came out, as an ah or an om or a sigh or words of love, sending it out, we see it, we feel it, we hear it. By the power of 3, so shall it be. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now take a moment and visualize that light channel going further up and reaching out the top of your head. That light channel piercing straight through your crown chakra. The light tunnel and funnel reaching into the sky. A clear exchange of energy from your body all the way up to the 7th plane of existence. Through our universe, past the layers, through the laws of creation, to the portal, the doorway, the stargate, into source energy. See, feel, hear the energy exchange between source, all of creation, and your own sovereign channel of light. Imagine a superhighway of information moving between the 2 points in space-time. They are at great distance apart, and yet they're one and the same, collapsed into a singularity, all creation in 1 point, a 0 point of energy where everything is created and exists together as one. Feel the fullness of that. Feel the vastness of that. The infinite potential, the infinite possibilities, the awareness of all sentient beings in all of the universe communing, discussing, visioning, co-creating together. Now pull into that single point of form in matter. Experience the dichotomy and the duality, the human condition we experience, we see and feel and hear and taste and touch, the matrix around you. Understand how you personally affect it. See the pulsations, the vibrations, the frequencies that you put out into the grid. See how it ripples out, how each ring in the water gets larger and larger as it moves away from your own pebble of existence. Think about how your past actions have affected others, have affected the whole, the entire matrix, and sit with that for just a moment. What are you feeling? Is it joy and happiness? Is it guilt and shame? Sadness or pride? Jealousy, hatred, judgment, fulfillment? Whatever it is, sit with it for a moment. And then remind yourself, it is all temporary. Change is the only constant. Now it is time to simply make a choice and let it go. Forgive yourself. Ask for forgiveness. Vow to yourself, to others, vow to the one that you are dedicated to taking new actions for the highest and best good in the highest and best way, to send out ripples of love and compassion and understanding and joy. Imagine the air clear, the atmosphere around our planet and our country, our state, province, our town, our village, our home, our family, and ourselves. It is clean, clear, fresh. The vibrations and frequencies are elevated and they feel good. Imagine everyone breathing more clearly, that the pollution we have all created gets whisked away by the wind as everyone begins to see blue skies and hear the birds sing, to breathe deeply, the entire world in Mother Gaia, taking days, weeks, months of fresh, clean air, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even metaphorically. Place your hand on your heart and one to the sky, and imagine what it is that you would imagine what it would take to do this, to have the clean, clear air for everyone to breathe, including our mother. Perhaps it would take a virus, one that causes people to get off the streets and slow down, be at home with their beloveds and go within, taking deep breaths. Perhaps millions and millions of people dropping in, tapping in, listening to their inner voice, their higher selves, their divinity, their connection to source. Perhaps they will all now see what needs to be done. Visualizing all of this, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 7 generations to come, and breathing that clean air, our connection to source, totally clear. Imagine hearing birds singing our praise as they all stop surviving but beginning to thrive. Visualize the one deep breath we're all taking and bring both hands to your heart and drop in with the messages you hear. Listen. What are they telling you? Ask, think about, discuss even the actions that you can take. What will you do to hold this vision and co-create this vision with the rest of your human family? All of our thrival depends on it. Now share this vision and send it out to the world. Sending that energy from your heart, making a sound or a tone or envisioning spreading this love far and wide, rippling out again. Picturing everyone burning away the old paradigm, letting the sacred and transformational fires burn it away and releasing it, making way for the new paradigm, the new earth. It's being midwifed by all of us right now in this present moment, sending it off loud and clear for all to hear. Visualizing the actions you will personally take, visualizing who you will inspire to take these actions. Ask them, invite them, inspire them. Like a chain effect, it will take place. If we do this now, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Light workers, starry family, we came to Earth to be here. Let our remembrance be activated. May our secret light codes within our DNA activate our deepest soul purpose, revealed and fulfilled. May our channels of light from source down to Gaia, back up to source, be clear and strong, cultivated for the highest and blessed good for all. Living our lives purposeful, fulfilled. It is our greatest gifts to offer at this time. So, what are your gifts? What are your offerings? The one is calling us all home to ourselves, to the one, so we can truly co-create heaven on earth. So shall it be. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. After writing that this morning, I really sat with what I have done, And the biggest thing that I thought of that that truly broke my heart and yet brought my heart to this place now at the same time is that for many, many years I made and sold hula hoops, which are made of plastic. And even though I put medicine in them and crushed up essential crystals and stones and wrote affirmations and essential oils and flowers and put them inside the hoop, creating a medicine wheel, that was the only way that I felt okay doing that. And now, oh, I just think of the waste that I helped contribute to, and I remind myself that it was for the good of people's happiness and health and well-being and finding their flow state that carries over into mind, body, spirit, health, and well-being, and helped and has transformed so many people. And what came up for me was that if I were to continue holistic hooping and the evolution that it is, one of the things that I will no longer do is have a shopping cart on my website that sells plastic rings. So this is a huge piece for me, and I've been sitting with this for quite some time now. And I felt that today was the day to actually share that with all of you on a really personal note. It kind of breaks my heart to a certain degree because it really has helped so many people, and I feel so blessed that it's been a part of my life and that I've been able to share hoop dance and the transformational powers that it has. And yet I feel like I can still do that without actually selling the product. So this is a big thing for me right now. And it's allowing me to open and expand what it is that I do offer the world. And I won't go into the story of where Anistara came from quite yet, but call her my Gemini twin, call her my channel, connection to source, my inner voice, my higher self. There's so many words for it. I don't know if all of you name your higher self. A lot of our family have playa names or performance names, and I never took one on, and I never really truly understood why. And as Anistara becomes more clear to me and her intentions and her mission in life, I now see that she is going to play an integral part in what is unfolding and what my offerings are going to start bringing forward. So thank you, everybody, for letting me share that with you. It's truly been something that's been weighing on my heart for quite some time now. And I still want to teach. I still would love to be a part of that. And I actually pulled out this book that came with my telecourse years ago. It was written by myself and my friend Hillary Hart. And it's called Primordial Spin Intergalactivation Guidebook. And ultimately, it starts with the vision, the mission, the principles, our core values, what holistic hoopology is, the origins of hoop dance and the sacred hoop. And it just goes through and it really explains sacred geometry and the flower of life and color and sound, vibrations and waves and waveforms and all sorts of information. And worksheets, things that you can do, like the affirmation creation station and things like this. So I started reading it last night, and it blew my mind that Hillary and I wrote this 10 years ago, and it is so potent and so on point right now in this present moment. So that was really inspirational for me in this moment as I am channeling and writing a book. And I have an interview with somebody tomorrow that can help me complete the book and get it finished and get it published very quickly. So I'm very excited about that possibility. So those are the things that I'm channeling and bringing through and offering as my gift to the world. And I would love to open up the call now and find out from all of you, what are you up to? What are some of the messages you're receiving? What are some of the gifts that you're bringing in? Did that particular visualization bring anything up for you that you might want to share? And yeah, I'm just going to open up the call. And there doesn't seem to be many of us today. So what I'll do is I'll just put a timer on for like 5 minutes each. And if you start to go over, I will ring a little bell. Where did that bell go? I'm not sure where the bell went, but I'll get my shaker. And I'll just make this when it's time to just wrap it up and come to a close. And yay, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Oh, I'll let you unmute yourself. How about that? It just makes it easier.
Unmute. Can you hear me? Yes. If I can go first, I've got a wild monkey on my hand. Sweetie, just let's say a quick thing.
Hi, thank you so much. I felt that all the way through and really echoes the prayer I've been holding and more so. Wow. So I think I first wanted to say that I love your hoops and have 3 of them and will keep them forever. So they will never go into any landfills, and should they break, they will become art. Honey, I'm gonna give this just a moment of my time. And I've been feeling a lot about my past actions in this current situation. And for me, what I'm channeling, aside from the main thing that I'm channeling, is for this prayer to be felt by everyone, every being, every individual, and all of us collectively. And I feel that resounding and rippling and getting bigger and bigger now. I really do, and will hold that. And also, just a huge shift in myself to always come from a place of love.
Yeah. I think it's tackled by love. My son is a constant reminder of that every day.
Yes. We had about a half an hour of entertainment for her. So I think I'll leave it at that. She feels the excitement. Thank you, and thank you everyone else. Okay.
Tell me her name again. I don't remember.
Amastella.
Amastella. So beautiful. Hi, Amastella. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for bringing the energy of the child to us today.
Yeah, what are you channeling?
What's this?
Do you have any words of wisdom for us right now? Or just gonna show us your booty?
She's been really into wiggling. Do you want to say 1 or 2 things about any words of wisdom that you're channeling in right now?
I like to play funny, but I even like to wiggle.
wiggle. Yes. Wiggling is good. It's so good to remember to do that and dance every day. Let's all wiggle for Alma right now. Love it. Thank you, Alma. We appreciate you. Awesome. Yay.
Okay, we're gonna mute ourselves and we can.
Okay, yes, please. And then Astro, I think you weren't muted when you came on, so just make sure you are for the moment. And when you're ready to step in, you can. So the prompt again is, what are you channeling right now? What's the messages you're receiving? What are your gifts that you'd like to offer to the world? And basically, like, what actions are you wanting to take right now from what you're receiving? So, Amber Ray?
Hi.
Hi.
Well, first, I just want to say thanks for reaching out, and I'm really glad to be part of this magical prayer and moment and connecting with y'all. I guess the first thing, well, I read 1111, that book, over 20 years ago at this point. Like, I literally was in a bookstore and I knew there was a book for me, and I kept searching and kept searching, and I finally pulled the book out, and literally it was made rainbows in the store.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the book.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And I was when my son was a baby 17 years ago, I was at one of her activations in Hawaii. So yeah, that goes deep for me. And even my name, Amber Ray Light, the numerology is 1111. So it's like, and then, yeah, I've been, every morning, it's become really important since all this started to, well, first make my bed and then just sit at my altar every morning, no matter what, non-negotiable. And, you know, no strict thing, like sometimes it's all about meditation or prayer or breath work, but just really showing up to do the work and allowing it to come through. And so, yeah, and so what's been coming the last few days really potently is the, you know, breathing into Mama Earth and really connecting with Mama Earth, and then I'm connecting a lot with the sun, and then also just daily, like, just how important it is to get a few rays of sun, you know, even if it's through a window or just a moment, just to keep some sanity, to like go outside and walk on the earth and receive the sunlight. And since the new year, it's been interesting. I just really strongly started having Jesus come through. And like, I was raised Christian, the whole thing. And like most, you know, you just get to that point where you kind of reject it, or like, you know, Christians and all that stuff. And so it's been really interesting to just kind of come full circle in my life and really like be okay again with like the vibration of Jesus, and really allowing that vibration back into my heart and not like rejecting it or having these like stories. And yeah, so I've been praying a lot and really like holding that vibration, and doing a lot of research, really trying to like expand my mind and like not be afraid of the truth. And one of the big things that I've came across in the last few days, that I feel like I want to share, but it's also like I have fear of sharing like online and stuff, because it's just so intense. Like when you share anything, you know, there's just right away everyone's like, you know, ready to shoot you down, it feels like. And so I get kind of like, about information sometimes. But I believe this to be true. I've been just almost researching it nonstop, because it's like the best news I've really had in 42 years of life. But it's called NESARA, NESARA, and those are all capital letters. It's an acronym, and is basically a law that got passed in 2000, and it's really thick. It's a lot. There's a lot there, but it's basically like everything that we could possibly want is in this law. And I mean, we're talking like taking down the federal government, like taking down all, like basically returning us to the republic and our true constitution, and taking down this corporation, the United States of America in capital letters, that has taken over for a long time. And you know, it was, you know, it was a huge thing coming up to this, how they, but of course, you know, they did manage to make this a law, Nasara, but it was immediately, there was a gag order, it was immediately hidden. They changed the dockets, and this thing has been hidden for 20 years now. And in 2001, they almost made an announcement, like they were gonna make the announcement. There was all this pressure on George Bush Jr. to make the announcement. And 2 days before the announcement was to be made, his father moves into the White House, and September 11th, instead of us all finding out that, you know, the golden age that we've been dreaming of and been promised, and I mean, everything from like our debts being wiped out to like us receiving the money from them stealing from us for all these years. And like, I mean, it's the most glorious document, even like technology that's been hidden from us, even like health things and that have been hidden from us. Like, I mean, us all being the healthiest people possible, like it's all in there. And so instead of us getting that amazing announcement, we, you know, the twin towers fell, and we were like pushed into that same old, you know, but even worse, that storyline. And so now, like, I'm really praying and holding the vision of Nasara and Gassara. When it's a G, it stands for global, and when it's an N, it's a national. It's like a reform act. But that, you know, that happens this year, that announcement happens, and we, you know, and we finally get freed from the enslavement and become fully sovereign beings. And then, you know, and all the layers of like, you know, the ships that are around us and all the different vibrations that are good, that are God-serving vibrations, you know, that we can move up to fifth dimension and actually work with these higher vibrational beings to fully heal this planet, like within a matter of just a few months, you know, that we can like clean our entire planet and transform everything and fully usher in that golden age. That and finally, I feel like too, it's been a big vision of me trying to imagine like how is this going to happen? You know, it's like we're in the worst, darkest, twisted, and it's so hard to imagine like how do we get there? How did we get to this? Like, and then now it's like I can see it. You know, I can see the transformation, and so that's the biggest vision I'm holding right now and praying for daily, and just, you know, praying for us all to awake, and praying for anyone too that's physically enslaved right now, and all the children, you know, for everyone to be free, and yeah, and us to be able to unite again and be, you know, a world connected to God again. So that's my biggest prayer. And thank you so much for allowing me to share and show up in this sacred space. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing that. I took notes. I don't know if you noticed, because that just it just hit home. It just really hit home. And the return to Christ consciousness is something that a lot of people are coming to, I believe. And for me, what that really means is just having a heart of compassion and love. Christ was somebody who taught compassion and love. And regardless of any of the other biblical stories around him, that was the crux of his gift to the world. And so having Christ consciousness, to me, just means coming into that vibration of love and compassion and understanding. And this is the right moment for that to come back for a lot of people. So I think it's wonderful. And yeah, the Nasara, I'm going to look into it. Thank you for opening that doorway. The rabbit hole goes very, very deep. And my biggest intentions for Anistara's calls specifically is that I keep the vibration high and I don't spiral down into some of Candace's conspiracy theories, but that's very, very, very interesting information. Thank you for sharing it. And yeah, I look forward to feeling and hearing more about that. And I do say yes, 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 yes to 2020. It was kind of like a punch phrase of like 2020, clear vision. We're all going to see clearly this year. Little did we know that this is what humanity had to go through for everybody to have to go home to their families and care for themselves and feel their sovereignty, to actually know what it feels like to care for yourself and do the best that you can to eat and drink and have shelter and clothing and care for yourself and care for the people around you. You know, I have the full body yes goosebumps right now, sister.
Me too.
Yeah, it's
Me too.
taking the entire planet going home to come home to the inside, yes, and to listen to what it is that we all have to receive right now. So this is a magical moment in human history, and we all volunteered to be here, and I'm so grateful to be here. And now it's time for the light workers, for the starry family to come forward and not push aside the dark forces, because we have to go right through them. You know, it's like, nope, we are not the drones you're looking for. Keep going, shining our light bright though, you know. So it's like you have to go through the eye of the needle to get to the other side, and that's what I believe is happening now. So
I really believe too the veils really are thinning right now. Like, whew.
Big time. Very.
Yeah. It's exciting.
So appreciate you. It's so exciting. Yeah. Bless you. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Hi, Coach. You came. So somebody on the Samsung, was that I'm sorry, did you speak already, or I just want to check in? Amber, I'm going to mute you, honey, okay?
I'm on a Samsung and I spoke.
Okay, that's you. All right.
I'm still here. I turned off my video.
Oh, it's cool. It's fine. Okay, so Coach, you actually just showed up. I don't know if you want to jump in. If not, it's totally fine. But ultimately, the prompt and what we're speaking about right now is what are you channeling in this moment? What are the messages you're receiving? What are the gifts that you want to bring to the world? Do you have something that you can share with all of us? And you can share or not. It's totally up to you. But if you want to share, go ahead and unmute yourself. Cooch, I can only see your forehead. It's okay. Did you want to share, honey, or not? Totally up to you. You gotta tilt the screen the other way so I can see your face, babe. Okay, she's going for a walk. Hi. Oh, there she is. Uh-huh. All right. Well, what I can do too is I honestly wanted to ask, and you know, this is being recorded, so when I say ask, it's not just for all of you on the call, but for the people who are going to watch the video later. I have been feeling called to start reading aloud this book by Solara, the woman who wrote 1111. So this is called The Starborn, a remembrance for the awakened ones. And as I started reading it the other day, I mean, I got through 50 pages in like 20 minutes. It's so potent and amazing. I just got the clear message that I should record myself reading this. So I need to check in with Solara on Ra and see how she feels about that, whether it's a videotape of me reading it or whether it's just an audio recording, like an audio book, and how she would feel about that. I'm happy to donate to her. Like if, you know, say every 10 people that listen to the recording, I give her a certain amount of money. Like I'm willing to work something out with her if that is the case. But I just wanted to know people's opinions or what their ideas are around that. Or if anybody knows any information around like copyright or trademark, or it's all gonna be totally, this is her work. All I'm gonna do is read it. And if any of you are called to read it on your own, I highly recommend it. It's called The Starborn, A Remembrance of the Awakened Ones by Solara, Solara. She's the one that wrote the 1111 book. Okay. So I'm feeling called in this moment to share something that I wrote in the Primordial Spin book years ago. And it will leave you with an activation or something to do on your own at home. So a lot of the times when I want to sit down and truly listen to what's going on inside, the thing that helps me the most is taking a walk in nature, like starting with that and either finding a place in nature or sitting here in front of the altar. Of course, doing some kind of breathing technique. So when I was going through the Alchemic Mystery Field School and we were supposed to be in Egypt for a pilgrimage at this moment, we were learning the Abhu breath. Now there's different phases to it, and we had to learn the first phase, then the second, then the third, and the fourth, and it became more difficult with each phase. But ultimately, it was a breath in for 7 seconds, and then holding for 7 seconds, and then a breath out for 7 seconds, and then holding at the bottom for 7 seconds, once the fourth phase. Now, there are all kinds of breath work out there right now, Wim Hof, and various different breath techniques that you can drop into and see what suits you, what you like the most. And then there's all kinds of visualizations and meditations that you can find online as well. But one of my favorite is tapping into the Akashic records. So it says, Akasha, all that was, is, and ever will be. The Akasha literally means space in Sanskrit. All the space of the whole universe is available in each specific point within the universe. All past, present, and future exist simultaneously in the moment of eternity. The Akasha allows us access to the cumulative experience of our individual soul, the collective oversoul of humanity, and all of creation. The mystics throughout the ages report access to the Akashic calls of records, most notable in recent history in Edgar Cayce's accurate channeling of information through trance states. Aligning our personal belief system with the true nature of reality is a lifetime endeavor. The Akasha provides potent medicine through revealing alternative perspectives, which may liberate one from limiting belief structures. The Akasha is akin to the memory of Source, which knows all and all is known in one moment in time, forever and ever. You can review experiences from any point in space-time through the Akashic point of view. This frees one from the roles of polarity that are very solid in the physical here and now. And through a neutral, spacious perspective, one may witness the complete picture. Maybe you are already familiar with the inner pathways that allow access to the subtle dimension of reality. Self-initiation is required through direct experience of the Akasha. Akashic access may be cultivated through intention and purification of the separate sense of self. Full spectrum awareness is not always necessary, so it is important consciously to open and close the portal to the Akasha. Through intention, one is able to bring greater clarity and purpose into their meditation. So what I like to do is the Akashic Love Light visualization. You could do this now or just take this recording and listen to it later. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and imagine the vortex of energy that is your personal self connected to a continuum of universal energy. If you're flow dancing or hooping, you want to charge your vortex with healing affirmations that resonate through the limited space at your center. You are the singularity in the constant movement, the spinning, spiraling energy of the macrocosms and the microcosms. And just like a ripple of vibration travels through water, our prayers and love energy travel through the Akasha, transcendent of space and time. When you dance or hoop in a meditative state, you may do so as long as you like, remembering to return from your Akashic explorations by centering in the here and now and slowing down your movements. You may give thanks to Source as you complete your spin, ground your bodily senses, open your eyes, feel your own heartbeat, or be still until your energy body is again fully present. This poem was written by Hillary Hart. Ancestors. We are all eternal relations, one source, balancing energies. All elements are stardust, originally superstars, spontaneously imploding and exploding simultaneously, radiating and contracting infinitely, energizing potential possibilities, materializing the mystery, cosmic evolution, co-creating earthly divinity. Divine sparks kindling the embers of remembrance. In elemental oneness, all reunite, embodying stardust and love light. So I've invited Hillary, the co-author of this workbook with me, to come and be on one of these calls so that she could be present with us and share some of her magic and love. So I'm feeling pretty complete in this moment and wanting to invite others who are listening to this recording to write on the comments. Let me know, let us know as a community what it is that you're channeling right now. What are the messages that are coming through for you? What is it that you want to gift to the world in this moment? What is the information you want to share or an action that you're going to share? And let us hear your voice. So thank you all, everyone who came to join. I'm so grateful again to have you here. And yeah, bless you. Yay. Have a beautiful day. Blessed be. And I'm going to stop recording.